What are the steps and what do you need to do to get pre-approved? Well, let's talk about the mortgage process. My name is Jen Moretti. I'm our senior mortgage broker here at Blue Arrow Lending, and I have been in lending in mortgages specifically since 2012. So we know a little bit about this. Now, let's talk about getting pre-approved. That's typically your very first step. And many times it involves you filling out an online application and sending in your loan documents. But let's talk a little bit more about that. The online application is going to go over several different areas of your financial situation. First and foremost, it is going to ask for things like your social security number, your date of birth. It is going to entail a credit report, whether a soft credit pull or a hard credit pull. You want to ask your mortgage broker. Then you're going to fill out your information on where you've lived for the last 2 years and whether you are renting or you own the home. You're going to fill out your employment information, also for the last 2 years. Be sure to include all of your employers if you've had more than one, and then it's going to ask for your income as well. It should ask you if you're hourly or salary or maybe something different like self-employed or commission or bonus structure. Be as detailed as you can because that's what the mortgage broker is going to use when they're calculating your income. And then last, you're going to fill out your information on your down payment and your assets. So not only do you want to have your down payment information ready, but you also want to have things like reserves. You may not need reserves for your particular situation, but it can really strengthen the application as it's going through underwriting. Reserves are some sort of money, cash, sitting somewhere in a bank account that you could access if there was an emergency. But you want to show all of this information in that online application because they are looking at the entire picture as a whole. Little known fact, when you're getting pre-approved, the mortgage loan advisor is not pre-approving you on that total purchase price. They are pre-approving you on your monthly mortgage payment. So they're going to take all of your income into a bucket and all of your debts. So things like student loans, car loans, credit card payments, and then ultimately the mortgage. And they're going to come up with something called your debt to income ratio. And that is going to determine your purchase price. Once you've filled everything out with all of your information, then it's time to start loading in your documents. So these are going to be things like your W-2, your pay stubs for the last 30 days, your bank statements showing the down payment and the assets. It's also going to be anything unique to your situation. So for example, if you have a second job, you'll send in that information. If you have a divorce, you're going to send in that divorce decree. If you receive child support, you're going to send in those payments. Everyone has a unique situation, and you'll put that into the loan application, and then you'll have to provide some documents to show that information in paper, in writing. Once the pre-approval is issued, that is like your golden ticket. Now you're out shopping, looking at homes, and you know that you have the financial backing to afford and buy those homes if you wanted to. When you finally find the home that you love enough to put an offer on, your real estate agent is going to help you write up that contract. And yes, we want to be involved. Your real estate agent is going to be amazing at helping you with everything when it comes to the house, the property. We want to help you in structuring that contract so that you get the most out of the price, any seller concessions or credits, dates and deadlines to fulfill your needs for your mortgage loan. Then once you're under contract, that's when the real fun begins. You're doing things like inspections, appraisals, you're negotiating on any items that might come up, and then ultimately you're going to closing. Closing is the fun part of the entire process. That is when you fully take ownership of that home and it's officially yours. And yes, you have to get that cheesy picture with the key.